In just a couple of days, the United States will be turning 250 years old, a quarter of a millennium. I knew I had to create a piece that would commemorate such a big year, but I wasn't sure what to do. I started playing around with different designs and ideas before settling on the one here, a cutting board based around the American flag, but not the standard one as you'll see later. I started off by milling up a bunch of walnut, maple, and cherry, which I then ripped down into narrower strips. Once I had all the strips cut, I glued them together to create 3 panels, one from maple, one cherry, and a small one from walnut. When the glue was dry, I scraped off the squeeze out so as to not gum up the sandpaper when running it through the drum sander. The panels were then cross-cut into strips that I could then rotate on edge so that I'd have an end grain surface on the top. Here you can see how the pieces will go together to create the flag. And if you're thinking, those stripes don't really have any contrast, I can assure you, once they're together and oiled, the color difference will really pop. Before putting the flag together, I glued the strips into 3 separate sections, one with the long stripes, one with the short stripes, and the solid corner section. Then I just sanded the surfaces level and squared up the ends before gluing those 3 chunks together to form the flag. After a quick pass through the drum sander, it was time to get to work on the main design for the flag itself. Instead of doing the regular 50 stars found on the flag today, I went for a throwback to one of the first flag designs of the US, consisting of 13 stars in a circle. Then, to commemorate this year, I added the number 250 along with the years of existence so far, 1776 through 2026. I remember reading somewhere that 40% of Americans can't name the year that America declared its independence, and that statistic only gets worse when surveying people under the age of 30. So if you don't get much from this video, hopefully you can at least walk away knowing the year was 1776. Once the pocket was cut in the cutting board, I cut the mirrored image into an end grain panel of the maple. Then I cut out the plug on the scroll saw and glued it into the flag. After letting it sit for a day, I removed the weight and cut the excess off at the bandsaw before drum sanding it flush with the rest of the board. Now, I could stop here, but I wanted to add one more element to really take this board to the next level. In 1782, the design of the US coat of arms was finalized, featuring a bald eagle in the center. Since then, this bird has become one of the most iconic symbols of strength and freedom in the country. So what better thing to inlay into the other side of the flag than a bald eagle? Just like before, I cut a pocket into the cutting board before cutting a mirrored image as the plug. Then the plug was cut out before gluing and pressing it into the board. Then, to actually make this inlay look like a bald eagle, I created one more file to carve the details into the board and repeated all the same steps as the previous inlays. Only this time I had to be a lot more careful to get everything in the right place. And that's a bald eagle. If you are enjoying this video, if you would consider leaving a like or comment, that would be amazing, as it really helps to get this video out to more people. And if you'd like to buy this board, there'll be a link in the description. I then sanded everything smooth before rounding the edges and then sanded some more. Now let's get some oil on the board and see how it looks.